When the Z-20T helicopter first appeared at the Tianjin Air Show in 2025, defense watchers knew they were seeing something important. At first glance, it looked like the standard Z-20 utility helicopter already in service with the People's Liberation Army. But under the bright afternoon light, the differences stood out. Short fixed wings extended from each side of the fuselage. A large sensor pod hung beneath the nose, and heavy pylons carried missiles and rockets. It was clear this wasn't a transport helicopter with cosmetic upgrades. It was a signal of how China's military ambitions had evolved. For years, Beijing had been trying to close the gap between transport and attack helicopters. The Z-10 could engage tanks and armored vehicles, but lacked space for troops. The Z-8 could carry soldiers, but it was bulky and slow, not built for rapid combat insertion. The Z-20T bridges that divide, big enough to deploy an assault team, yet agile enough to join the fight. It's powered by an indigenous turboshaft engine rated around 1600 kilowatts, purpose-built for hot and high environments like Tibet and Xinjiang. The 5-blade rotor provides strong lift and stability in thin air, while its digital fly-by-wire system offers precise control at low altitudes. With a maximum takeoff weight near 10 tons and a top speed around 360 km per hour, the Z-20T sits squarely in the medium assault category, capable of operating from forward bases or improvised landing zones far from home. But the real story isn't in the numbers. It's in how this machine changes the way the PLA moves and fights. In one operation, it can insert troops, provide fire support, and extract them, all within a single coordinated mission. Its electro-optical and infrared sensors allow the crew to find and track targets long before they come into visual range. Guided by those systems, it can launch precision AKD-10 anti-tank missiles from several kilometers away. That kind of flexibility reshapes ground warfare. Troops no longer depend entirely on jet fighters or artillery for protection. They can move fast, hit hard, and withdraw before the enemy has time to respond. For China's military planners, this isn't just a new helicopter, it's a new tempo of war. The Z-20T was designed not only to add capability, but to strengthen self-reliance. China's defense industry has spent decades trying to reduce dependence on foreign suppliers. And this aircraft represents how far that effort has come. Its engines, avionics, and sensors are all domestically produced. That means no reliance on imported parts, no vulnerability to export restrictions, and a clear step toward full independence in helicopter design. Still, even with impressive specifications, many questions remain. The Z-20T has yet to prove itself in real combat. No one outside China knows how it performs under enemy fire or in sustained operations far from maintenance bases. Durability, reliability, and survivability, those traits can only be verified through experience, not demonstration flights. Even so, its introduction reveals much about Beijing's strategic priorities. The PLA has been moving toward an air assault model of warfare, using helicopters to move troops rapidly across difficult terrain while maintaining direct firepower. In that concept, the Z-20T becomes central. It allows small units to insert deep into contested zones, mountains, jungles, or islands, and sustain themselves with their own aerial support. In a mountainous battle zone, for example, a formation of Z-20Ts could deliver infantry onto a ridge, provide missile strikes on nearby armor, and extract the team before counterfire arrives. That mix of speed and precision reshapes traditional ground defenses and highlights why air mobility has become the cornerstone of modern Chinese tactics. For neighboring countries, this development changes the balance. In the South China Sea, the Himalayas, or even Taiwan Strait scenarios, the Z-20T gives China options for rapid response that were impossible a decade ago. A handful of helicopters can insert a company of troops onto an island, seize it, and hold it until reinforcements arrive, all within minutes. That speed forces other militaries in the region to rethink their own defenses and surveillance networks. Economically and industrially, the Z-20T also marks a turning point. The Aviation Industry Corporation of China has positioned it as part of a broader family of helicopters that share components and maintenance systems, a modular approach that reduces cost and simplifies logistics. This isn't just about building one aircraft model, it's about establishing an ecosystem, the same way Western defense industries have done for decades. There's also talk that an export variant could appear in the coming years. For developing nations looking for affordable, capable helicopters without political restrictions, a Chinese-made alternative could be appealing. If that happens, the Z-20T could challenge long-standing dominance by Western and Russian manufacturers in the global market for assault helicopters. Within the PLA itself, the Z-20T fills a critical gap. The lighter Z-10 remains the dedicated attack platform, optimized for anti-armor strikes, while the Z-20T brings troop transport and close air support into a single frame. Together, they give commanders the flexibility to mix precision strikes with mobility, a combination that makes China's ground-air operations far more dynamic. The larger message is clear. Modern war is no longer about size alone. It's about integration, how well different systems talk to one another, and how quickly they respond. Helicopters like the Z-20T are no longer just supporting tools. They are extensions of strategy, linking real-time intelligence with direct action. In training fields across northern China, Z-20Ts are often seen flying alongside drones, rocket artillery, and mobile radar units. Those exercises are more than displays. They are test beds for a new kind of networked warfare. In such a system, a drone spots a target, relays coordinates to a helicopter, and within seconds, a missile leaves its pylon. The goal is speed, to strike faster than the opponent can even process what's happening. Of course, speed cuts both ways. When one nation accelerates its military modernization, others are compelled to keep pace. That is how arms races begin. Not with declarations, but with quiet advancements that shift balance one step at a time. The Z-20T is one of those steps, a machine born not from imitation, but from ambition, the kind that reflects how far China's defense industry has come in a single generation. Its existence alone is a message that the skies over Asia are no longer uncontested, and that the age of regional parity may be closer than many expect. When its rotors spin and the helicopter rises from the tarmac, the sound may seem ordinary, a deep, rhythmic thrum that fades into the horizon. But beneath that sound lies a statement of intent, a sign that the future of warfare will be defined not just by technology, but by how nations choose to use it. The Z-20T is not just another aircraft. It is a turning point, the embodiment of ambition, adaptation, and the relentless drive for control of the sky.